Alright, for this lesson we are discussing parallelograms and trapezoids. There's some basic rules, so make sure you have your journals. If not, pause me and go get them. But there's some basic rules that you need to write down and remember for these two shapes. Both of these two shapes, parallelograms and trapezoids, are only four sides. They cannot have more than four sides or less than four sides. They have to have four sides in order to be considered either a parallelogram or a trapezoid. A parallelogram has two sets of parallel sides. That means the opposite set here is parallel to this one, and this is parallel to the other one. And actually, I'm drawing those wrong. Let me draw those again. The identifier for parallel lines are these little triangles. It's hard to draw. Okay, so that's a triangle, and then if it had another set, they would mark it with two triangles so you know exactly which sides are parallel. Okay, so a trapezoid only has one set of parallel lines. So you can see the left and right lines, they would eventually cross, so the only parallel lines are the top and bottom on here. When you do your IXL, it does mark your parallel lines with those marking triangles. Okay, they look like this when they're drawn big. Wow, that's terrible. My cat is over here messing with me while I'm trying to do this. Okay, all right, so let's practice a few of these. Now I do want you to put these in your journal, so if you need to pause because I'm going too fast, I do think it would help you to draw them. So pause me if you need to. What we're going to be doing is we're going to find out in these figures whether it's a parallelogram, a trapezoid, or it could be neither. And then we're going to circle the answer. So looking at this first one, now on this little worksheet it doesn't mark them with the little triangles, so you will have to make assumptions. But in your IXL it does mark them. But here you can see this line there. Well, first we check our rules. Is this figure four-sided? Yes. Only four sides. Yes. So that's good. In this one, we have a line going straight left to right and then one at an angle. So those would not be parallel. However, you have this line straight up and down, this side straight up and down. So this is one set of parallel lines. One set is the trapezoid. Okay? Number two, you have this line parallel to this one. This line is parallel to this one. So we have two sets of parallel lines. This is when you get a parallelogram. So that's how you think of it. Two is parallelogram. One set of lines is a trapezoid. All right, let's look at the next two. All right, again, if you need to pause me so you can draw these, please do so. Me sitting here waiting would just be painless for me, or painful, whatever. Okay, so you have two shapes again here, number 3 and number 4. Both of them are four-sided, so we're already on a good track for having either a parallelogram or a trapezoid. Let's look at number 3. So our left side and our right side are obviously not parallel. One is at an angle, one is not. But the top is definitely going along the same line as the bottom. So this is one set of parallel lines, meaning it's a trapezoid. All right, let's look at number 4. Left to right, we have an obvious, very sharp angle and a straight edge here. So those are not parallel. And the bottom is a straight edge, not my drawing, but you'll notice this top line is at a slight angle, so it's not straight across like this bottom is. So this actually one is neither, because this one has no parallel sides. So it does have to have at least one set of parallel sides to be either the trapezoid or the parallelogram. All right, feel like you have a good handle. Your IXL is only on trapezoids, so let's do one more example. All right, so let's put this. So on this number 5, we have over on the right hand side, we have a motorcycle on a lift, a motorcycle lift to get it up off the ground. Why is this called a parallelogram lift? Well, let's look at it. If you look at the two sides, we have the top side and the bottom, which form a parallel set of lines. And then you have the left side and the right side, which form a parallel set of lines. So it's a parallelogram lift because it has two sets of parallel lines. Good. All right, number 6, trace the parallelogram on the lift. Well, we already did that, but I will do it again. Ta-da, parallelogram. All right, hopefully that's pretty easy. I want you guys to work on IXL CC9.